What's up, family? It's your girl Stephanie, aka Edini House to Sakapa. And we back at it. Let's see what messages come out on today. I'm looking at my cards, they all facing different directions and stuff. These cards, I used to do them like, taking reversals, but then I started not to. So I have no clue as to why these cards some of these cards have inverted themselves. Obviously, it happened during the shuffling somehow. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to take them upright. So if they come out reverse, I'm going to turn it around. No, I'm talking about you. Alright, so our main little deck that we usually use for the energy. We have, I'm going to place these cards out. Alright, bottom of the deck, we have protest, start a revolution. Okay. And I feel like that's, stand up for yourself. But let's read the message. It says, you've been looking around and noticing that the world is often unjust, but you're not sure what to do about it. Like Katniss, you need to be the first spark of your own revolution. Educate yourself. Stand up for yourself. Don't forget to stand up for others. Whether or not you've shared experiences. If you can speak up and do so safely, then do it. So speak up for yourself. And I feel like that is what you're going to be doing in the coming days more often. Like I said, if it's safe to do so, speak up for yourself. Not only speak up for yourself, but speak up for others. Okay. I'm going to get the clarifier cards out. That was just the bottom of the deck card for the main attraction cards. Okay. Okay, let's start pulling them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Oh my gosh, there go that opal card. I literally was looking at the opal card at the top of the deck. I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. And then we have Garnet, and that just happens to be, I feel like my birthstone. I think Garnet is my birthstone. For Capricorn, and the message on the bottom of it is get in your depth. It's time to get deep. Okay? It says garnet, so a deep pomegranate to fiery red stone that have lit wrists for centuries. That have had wrists lit for centuries. Okay? It says who needs it? Writers who aren't writing, painters who aren't painting, sexual beings who aren't sexing. Well, damn. Where to put it, any place you want to make something, be it art, love, or dollar bills. When to use it, when you feel like the real you is getting lost in the sometimes shallow, often materialistic priorities of a likes-driven culture. When the real you is getting lost in a materialistic culture. of likes. Get into your depths. Don't be superficial. So I feel like if you're starting a business, don't you may be tempted to do what everybody else is doing for the likes or whatever, but spirit is saying no, stand your ground. What you have and the deeper aspect of things are needed, so you need to stand up for that. Don't try to switch your ways. Just don't try to switch up to just make $1, but really get into it. Yeah. Okay, so the first card, it says we have is the number 4, and number 4 is all about getting into your own energy, self energy, foundation energy, and it is mirror. It says treat your body like the palace it is, and that is a number 4. Mind you, that protest card, start a revolution, was 28, which is the 10, endings, new beginnings. The mirror card says you've been feeling self-conscious as of late, but the answer isn't to change anything about yourself. The answer is to learn to love your body you've been given. Avoid those crash diets, that extreme exercise, or any unhealthy behavior. Take strides towards a healthy mindset that accepts yourself as you are, not what you feel pressured to be. And in my case, I feel I've been really slimming down. Like, I've been really doing the work to flatten out, to balance out my hips so that I can get my lower belly flat, because there was, I want to say, I can't, the muscles in my lower chakra area, hips, the hip bone area, all of those were out of whack. And with those being out of whack, it created like a protrusion, I feel, within the muscles in my lower abdomen. I don't know what that is called. Maybe that's called a hernia or whatever. But as I've been balancing out my hips, that has been correcting that protrusion that seems to be there no matter what I do. No matter how, even though I lose weight and I slim down, it's still there. But it has been going away as I've been correcting and aligning the muscles within my hips and lower back. Though that the lower back muscles being twisted up also had played a part in those abdomen muscles being twisted and that protrusion being there. So it's very interesting that the Garnet card spoke about, sex because those muscles being out of whack affected my sex life, whether I know it, whether I didn't know, whether I know it or not. I didn't know it back then, but I do know now. And the more and more I've been working on it, whenever I have been intimate, it has been better. You know what I'm saying? There's more feeling, more range of motion. Okay, to do what needs to be done, baby. Okay. The crystal card, to clarify, the mirror card is copper. It says when to use it when it's time to pack up an old idea of who you are, oh my goodness, and ship it out for good. Move on, renewed with copper. It says energize your whole world. Wow, that is so real too, because yesterday I did some, I went out on a breakfast date, went out to eat with a guy, and he just so happened to be a business owner of multiple businesses. So we went, had breakfast, and then we went to a cigar lounge, and we sat around, and it just so happened, a schoolmate of mine from middle school came in. I was like, I went to school with him. I actually was crushing on him in middle school. And I was like, yeah, I used to crush on you in middle school. He was like, I don't know about that, I don't know. I said, you wouldn't know, because I wouldn't have said anything. I was really quiet into myself. But, there was so much talking, just me interacting. I don't know where the relationship with this business owner is going to go. Like, he has his own fleet of charter buses and things, and like I said, he has other businesses. He has so many great connections and stuff, and he seems really eager to help me build my business as well. nevertheless, I don't know where the relationship would go if um, anything will grow beyond yesterday. But what I do know is he has opened my mind, like the things that I've heard him speak about, the things that I've seen him do, and such has really expanded my mind, and I feel like it is pushing me. Like I felt that energy of, okay, it's right here in front of you. It's time for you to take those steps. It's time for you to do the things. Like, you know what I'm saying? That push to step into the entrepreneur side of myself and to do the things. And like, if you've been following the reads, we've already been saying that is what we are stepping into. That's what is happening. We are transforming. That's just, I feel like it was just confirmation that we are rounding out. We're coming to the end of that transformation era. Things are settling, and now, because even the last read it said, put yourself. Oh, the real you is emerging. And so that's basically what this copper card is saying. It says it's time to pack up the old idea of who you are or who you were and ship it out for good. Move on, renewed with copper. All right, so I got things I need to do, so let's kind of shift through the cards. Okay, so the next card that we're clarifying, this card actually came out in reverse. I was going to leave it reverse, but I was like, nah, let me switch it, but I'll just make a mental note of it. It says, God of the underworld, something which no longer serves you is about to end. Okay, that is being clarified by tourmaline quartz. It says when to use it, when it's time to shed light on vices, victims, and vampires in your life. So again, something in your world is about to end. Something which no longer serves you is about to end. So again, whether it's vices, the old you, or whatever, is the spirit is saying that we got to put that punctuation mark on it. Playing the victim or other victims in your life. So you got to shed light on the victims in your life, or the energy vampires. It says once you have a clear view of their whereabouts, that it's that much easier to kick them back into the gutter where they belong. Restore your perfect life. So with this new energy that you're stepping in, I feel like a lot of things are going to naturally fall away. Some things you've been having a hard time yo-yoing with when it comes to releasing it, but either it's going to automatically transform itself and mature to what you need it to be, or it's going to fall away. Okay, the next card we're clarifying here is be your own first priority. Okay, so just like I was saying before, but the situation with the guy, it would be nice if he would continue to help me to build myself, but what I was exposed to was enough to at least get a kickstart, and if there's any more help that I need, I'm sure the universe will bring it to me. But it says here, be your own first priority, which is a 25, which is 7. Root reduces to a 7, which is a very sacred number. It says whatever you're currently grappling with, you must put yourself first. When you're on an airplane, they always tell you to put your own oxygen mask before you try to help your neighbor with theirs. So that's just reinforcing what no longer serves you. You are releasing. Like, you can put yourself first, okay? You're putting yourself first. That is to say, if you don't make sure your own energy bar is full, then you'll have no energy to give someone else. Be brave enough to admit when you need to take a step back from the demands of others and work on making sure you're okay. Clarifying that, we have epidote. It says when to use it when you're looking to kick a bad habit, a bad friend, or a bad mood. When you want to cast a spotlight on your weaknesses so you can work on them. Upgrade your version of you. There's just so many reoccurring and supporting messages of releasing bad habits. Even the previous tourmaline quartz, it says When it's time to shed bad vices, it's the same thing. A vice and a bad habit, pretty much the same thing. It says victims, which on this card it says looking to kick a bad friend. You may have a friend that's always playing victim. You need to remove that person from your energy. Or it says, vampires, energy vampires, people that may come around with bad moods all the time, dragging you down. Like, no, it's time to cast a spotlight on your weaknesses or the weak people in your area. So this is telling you, like, not only shed light on, the external, but also the internal, when you want to cast the spotlight on your weaknesses so that you can work on them. Upgrade version of you. The previous card, like literally right before this one, and it's so ironic that not only the epidote card, when it says shine a light on your own weaknesses, this is coming out on be your own first priority. Again, focusing on you. This other card that spoke about, victims, when it's time to shed the light on victims, vampires, it spoke about, things that outside of you, something which no longer serves you or is about to end. So I feel like all of this energy you're already in. Spirit is just letting you know what it's about to be on a more physical 3D level. Okay, next card we're going to clarify is you can always rewrite the story, with the villain card here. Okay, so let's read the message on the villain card. It's saying, like, it also, it says, yeah, you may have lost the battle, the villain may have won, but you can always, let's just read it. It said, a hard truth to swallow. Sometimes our villains win. Okay, however, that doesn't mean you should give up or lose hope. Like I said, I don't know what this person, the guy, if he's going to actually continue to help me or not. You know what I'm saying? He may come in, get me all excited, and just leave me hanging. And that's okay. Like I said, because what I did experience was enough of a spark for me. Okay? But it says you shouldn't give up or lose all hope. It just means it's time to rewrite the story and keep going. It can feel incredibly freeing and empowering to reclaim yourself after a personal tragedy. But this could also talk about those people in your life that you need to release, those things in your life that you need to release, the people in your life, the bad habits, the victims, the vampires, the bad friends, or a bad mood within yourself. That can be the villain. Sometimes those things win in our life, but that doesn't mean we should give up or lose all hope. We just need to rewrite the story and keep going. Know that it can be incredibly freeing and empowering to reclaim yourself after a personal tragedy. That is what we're doing, and that is on period. That's what I feel. This is not just, saying it because that's what we're going through. No, we've done that. We've saw the villains in our life. We've faced the tragedies. We've faced the vices, the bad habits, and we are ready to challenge those things and to step into who we are to be. Step into our life mission, the person of our life mission, the person of our soul mission, the person of our life purpose, the person that we are supposed to be to make sure that life purpose and soul mission is accomplished in this lifetime. The crystal to clarify this, come on, it's ametrine that came out in our last read, and the message on the bottom of this is make your big dreams your big life. Again, speaking on that soul mission and life purpose. When to use it. If a deadline is on the horizon, which is the deadline, it's like, yeah, it's time for you to step into it. We ain't got no more time to waste and to play and to be delayed and to be distracted. If a deadline is on the horizon and you need a big idea, so like I said, the opportunities are going to come to you. We may need to order us a little ametrine, and I actually like this stone. It's a purple pinkish stone. That's right up my alley, baby. Okay, it says if you can't decide on something, swipe left. When you can't decide on something, you swipe it left, you swipe it right. It says call on ametrine, and remember, either way, everything is going to be amazing. Spirit says it doesn't matter either way, whether your villains win for a little bit of time and it throws you off. Spirit is saying it's okay because I know you're gonna start a revolution. Yeah, and you're gonna protest that bullshit, and you're gonna get back on track. You know what I'm saying? The villains may win, but that doesn't mean you're going to give up or lose all hope. You're not. Spirit knows that you're going to start a revolution. You know, if the villains somehow win, you're going to start a revolution. You're not going to give up hope or give up. You're just going to rewrite your story and you're going to keep going. Ametrine can help you with that. The last and final card we're going to clarify. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, baby. Okay, it's the Angel of Abundance card. Okay, the Angel of Abundance. It says a steady flow of abundance is about to manifest. Isn't that what we've been talking about? The card to clarify that is that beautiful opal card that stole my attention for a moment. Like I was shuffling the cards and it was the card on top. And I was just kind of sitting looking at it because it's so beautiful. And then I started shuffling it back into the deck and pulling out the crystal cards, and it was the last card that came out. So the opal card says when to use it when you have something that needs to get moving, a project, a relationship, or an energetic block. It says feel all your feels. Okay. It says the general rule, the white and blue vibe with the head, the pink vibes, because the opal card has, you know, white, blue, pink, this little green color. It's so beautiful. The picture that they took of this opal for this card is just gorgeous. And so the general rule, the white and the blue vibes within the opal represents the head. The pink represents and vibes with the heart, and the black vibes of the opal card vibes with the lower abdomen. And we were just speaking about the lower abdomen. I was speaking about how I was working on the muscles there. So, and with the fact that I'm doing the work to align with the mirror card, treat your body like the palace it is. Like I'm feeling more skinny than usual. I'm like, are people really gonna find me attractive? I'm like really skinny, and as an African American woman, you're used to, you know, African American women being thicker, you know. But I feel like Spirit prepared me for this as well, because just on Sunday I went out and, you know, I just went out and I had fun. I did me. That's where I actually met this business owner guy, and he was saying that his friend was like, I usually don't like thin girls, but there's something about her. You know what I'm saying? So this was said on Sunday. Next day I had, you know, breakfast with the guy or whatever, the friend, not the friend that said that, but you know, and then now we're here, and so it was in preparation. Like, and then today I'm feeling like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, damn, I have really gotten kind of slim and skinny, but it's what I want. I've always been a person like, if I have to lose my butt in order to get my stomach flat the way I need it to be, then so be it. Because the gut is tied to all of our health. When you think about it, all of our organs are located in the gut area. So with me addressing and aligning the muscles within that lower gut area, removing those blockages so that blood can flow in there, because the healing is in the oxygen and nutrients in the blood. So now that I've removed those, I'm removing those blockages, because there's still more work I need to do in releasing the muscles in my lower back and everything like that. As I'm removing those blockages, things can begin to align itself. The healing can happen, the blood can flow, the oxygen can get to where it needs to remove out any waste or anything that may have been locked in because of those tight muscles and the inability of things to be able to flow like it should or whatever. So yeah, so things are about to get moving. Just like I was saying earlier in regards to either things are about to move out the way, or they are about to transform into what you need them to be. Either they're going to transform in what you need them to be in order for you to achieve your life purpose and soul mission, or they're going to have to move the fuck out the way. Energetic blocks. Shit, opal. So I need to get me an ametrine and an opal. I'm gonna need to all of the and the copper. I have a copper bracelet that I usually wear. I probably need to go ahead and put that on too. Epidural, I think I already have one of those. I just don't know where the fuck it is. But definitely, I'm feeling garnet. Like all of the crystals that came out for this read are crystals that I've a tourmaline quartz. I don't think I have one of those either, but all of the energies are energies that I've worked with before. Um, One of my cards, the color of it was opal sage. So I don't think I've ever had an opal. I think I have had an opal stone before, maybe in a ring, but nevertheless, I feel like I want to order a garnet, an ametrine, and an opal for sure. Um, but yeah, family, that's the message I have for you. Like I said, I have somewhere to go. I don't know what traffic is going to look like, so I need to get going as I am not in a usual. I mean, I'm somewhere where it's gonna take me a little bit longer than usual for me to get to my destination. So TMI. But anyway, all right, family. I love you all, and until next time, peace.